actually have been noticing, okay, so I've traveled throughout Europe, throughout Australia several times, South America, all throughout North America, and, I've traveled quite a bit throughout my life before I was even specifically doing what I'm doing now. I'm an Army brat, so I was constantly traveling in and out of the country, living in third world areas. What I've noticed since the beginning of my travels all the way up to the point to where I started to wake up is I started to, whether I could say being called into areas or into company where the puzzle pieces along the way seem to just be more conveniently placed upon my path. So I can't necessarily say that I believe that the world is waking up, because I feel that I'm waking up to what the world has always been, in a way. And what I've been noticing more is that I'm starting to make more connections with different things that I've experienced and how it's coming together as one ever-evolving experience rather than a bunch of random separate experiences with different people. I'm noticing these threads that connect all of these experiences, and those threads are becoming quite a bit more pronounced or easily accessible and easily viable and seeable and hearable and tasteable and tangible in a way that I've never experienced before, to where synchronicity seems to be quickening. And so this awakening process, again, I'm very careful to say whether or not I believe that the world is waking up, but I know that my connection to it seems to be waking up. And what happens in my travels is I start to be thrust into these situations that I would not have even been able to imagine. Yesterday was one of them. I just thought it was going to be a really nice road trip to a really nice area called Margaret River, and it turned into a very humbling, beautiful, one of the most gorgeous scenes I've seen, but what was happening inside was actually a surrender to the reality that I'm, not that I would want to escape it, but it almost seems like an inescapable reality that seems to be presenting itself to me every single day, more and more and more, that there, how do I want to say this? There really does seem to be some type of intelligence, if I would want to use that word, that is connecting all the puzzle pieces of this path into one evolving organism, or one evolving process that I seem to be waking up inside of, rather than apart from, being the witness of outside. I'm recognizing the subtleties that are coming through me in the moment, to whereas I recognize all the things that are happening out here, they merely represent some of the things that are happening more within me, and I seem to be connecting with people on a different level, and what I'm connecting with inside of them is nothing more than my, what I've always felt within me at all times. And the journey outwards, the farther I go across the planet, meeting more people, deeper into the jungle, deeper into the outback, it seems to be as if that's a parable, journeying deeper, deeper, and deeper into my own experience in my own life, and what's actually this process that's going on within me. So I don't know if any of that was actually legible or understandable, but yeah, it's hard to eloquate sometimes. It's hard to actually even put into words. Let me say it this way. Whatever is happening, I'm falling in love in a way that I've never experienced before. And through this falling in love seems to be the emergence of my being able to discern between how I used to fool myself, how I used to become overly excited about opportunities that never served me in the long run. They would just add instant gratification. I'm able to recognize through this surrender and this falling in love that I am supported by something, some force, And just that feeling of support. If I had to use an analogy, you know, like back in the arms of mother.